Hey, sir. Okay.
This exact moment is every dad's worst nightmare. This is the father of 23-year-old EMT Maddison Clevenger, and he just realized his daughter has been murdered. Police will race against the clock to hunt down or kill her. Little do they know just how twisted their journey to find her murderer will be. This disturbing mystery began on the morning of May 15, 2020, in the small town of Searcy, Arkansas. At 7 a.m., Maddy failed to show up to work as scheduled. She deeply loved her job and saving other people's lives as an EMT, so her absence immediately sent up red flags with her coworkers. When she failed to answer her phone, Maddy's family and one of her coworkers rushed to her house to see if she was okay. They discovered the front door locked and Maddy completely unresponsive inside.
Is it y'all that call? Okay. I was like, wait, am I at the right place now? I thought they said 601. 604. Okay.
Name's Madison Station. Phone calls, dogs bark.
Searcy Police Department. Whose keys are those?
Oh, those are hers. My sister's.
Hello, puppy. Hi. How old is she?
In her early 20s.
Early 20s.
Mid-20s.
Any of y'all know family member or anything? Oh, you're a family member. Okay.
Sister.
Sister. Okay.
Got a pry bar or something so I can break in.
Police are allowed to enter homes to conduct wellness checks if there is no response from the person inside and they have reason to believe that they may be in danger. However, the officer present doesn't have means of breaking in, like a crowbar or battering ram. Instead, he has another proposal.
All right. Yep. But there's a window unit back here. I think we can probably move that window unit, not the close one because it's clearly screwed in, but the other one we could probably get in.
Okay.
That far window unit back here, we can probably get through there. How are you related, sir?
I'm the dad.
Your dad, okay. And then if you would just come unlock the door quick and be ready.
Inside, Madison's father takes much longer to open the door than expected. The officer helplessly waits outside. As the seconds tick by, the realization of what must be beyond the door dawns on both law enforcement and the rest of the family waiting.
Okay. Okay, yeah. She's gone. 211, 212. She's 10-7. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to go out. I'm sorry. Sir, I'm sorry for your loss. Can we step outside?
The grief that Madison's family is experiencing is unimaginable. The officers are forced to keep the family away to preserve the crime scene, which only makes the situation even more heartbreaking for everyone involved. It can't be overstated how compassionate and loving Maddy was. She was an empathetic, loving Christian who slept every night beneath a sign that read, "Always pray to have eyes to see the best in people, a heart that forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith in God."
I need to go over here.
She's dead. I'm sorry. You can't go in.
Can I see her?
No, not right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For your loss.
Once our detective.
In their exchange with the family, the cops uncover one very important detail that will propel the rest of their investigation.
Why don't they let her boyfriend?
She didn't say. She said she didn't know anything about it.
If she rolled over, she's going to know. We really know.
Bishop. I've heard that name.
I've heard that name too.
Law enforcement had every reason to recognize Hunter's name. In 2016, he was convicted of armed robbery after shooting a convenience store clerk. That's why Hunter was not legally able to obtain or possess a firearm.
Oh, he's friends with some real winners too.
But they,
Real winner, she said.
Yeah, he is.
I think I've heard of him in that regard.
Something about your baby mama calling me daddy just sits right with me. Well, this was from May 6th. That's the last time he's posted anything.
That was last week. 9 days ago.
Yeah.
He may have his settings set up that some of his posts don't post unless you're friends with him or something like that.
We can't comment on the officer's claim that Hunter is a douche. We can say, however, that his Facebook page is largely public, and it doesn't paint a phenomenal picture of his character. Hunter was the first person on law enforcement's radar for more reasons than one. First, there had been no signs of breaking and entering, indicating that whoever shot Maddy had access to her home. Second, nothing had been taken from the home of value, suggesting that her death wasn't motivated by robbery. The only two items that had been taken had immense sentimental value to Maddy: a necklace and a ring, one of which was given to her by her mother. With plenty of clues pointing towards Hunter, law enforcement set up cars around his residence to conduct a traffic stop as soon as he drove nearby. Well, it didn't take long for his red Chrysler 300 to make an appearance.
Let me see your hands, man. Hey, I'm Officer Ask with the police department.
How's it going today, officer?
I'm doing good. You got your license, registration, and insurance?
Yeah. Driver's license.
Is there anything in the vehicle I need to be worried about? Any bombs, guns, drugs, illegal contraband? Ain't got any firearms or anything in the vehicle? Okay. Mr. Bishop, do you mind taking a step out of the vehicle for me?
What for, officer?
Well, I just want to make sure there's nothing in the vehicle I need to be worried about.
Where is it?
Okay. Well, to be honest with you, you're wanted. There it is. Our CID is needing to speak with you.
Who is
Okay.
your what?
Our CID, our detectives need to speak with you. So I need you to step out of the vehicle, and I just.
Okay. Can I turn my vehicle on and roll my windows up?
Yeah, we'll let you turn it back on. I just need you to step back out here real quick, because at this point you are being detained. You're not being arrested, but you are being detained. There was an incident that happened last night that you need that our detectives need to clear up with you. Okay?
Oh, do you have a warrant or anything?
No, that's what I'm saying. Right now you're just being detained. You're not being arrested.
Okay.
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 The choice the officer made here to disclose that Hunter was being detained before getting him out of the car was an incredibly dangerous risk. In just a second, you'll see the heart-stopping reason why.
You got anything on you? Just make sure.
No.
What's that in the front of your pocket or front of your shirt? Where's the gun at?
I don't have a gun.
There. Well, you have a holster. Where's the gun at?
I don't have a gun.
Well, where's the gun that's supposed to go in there? Okay. Like I said, as of right now, you're just being detained for questioning, okay? If you would go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me. I'm gonna go ahead and place you in handcuffs. So there's not a gun in the vehicle?
No.
Do you mind if I take a look to make sure?
Without a warrant, I would prefer not to.
Okay, there's no problem. If you would have sat back here to my vehicle, like I said, we'll get it all rode up and all this fun business here in a minute, okay? And I'll let you get some stuff if you need something out of there.
I don't want to leave my car here.
No. It's gonna go with us one way or another. Either you're gonna drive it or we'll have it towed, one of the way.
I can't afford to get it towed.
Okay.
Why am I sitting in the back?
Just because you can't sit up front?
Anyone who is detained must be put in the back of the police cruiser for officer safety. Well, it seems that Hunter immediately senses why he's being put in the back. He promptly refuses law enforcement's request to search his vehicle, which means that they'll have to request a warrant to search for the gun that belongs in the holster on his hip. Police knew that the gun needed to be found, but the ironic history of the gun was beyond what they ever could have imagined. While 2 officers on the scene make calls to get a search warrant issued, the officer who took Hunter into custody gives him a lift to the police station.
Alright, before we get to talk, we gotta do some paperwork, just like everything else.
Am I being charged with anything? I don't know what's going on.
No, right now we're just doing our investigative part. Nobody's being charged with anything right now.
Hunter is wary of signing the document that law enforcement has provided him with. But after several minutes of completing the forms, the detective can begin his questioning in earnest. However, his questions may have Hunter wishing that he hadn't signed anything.
You know why we wanted to talk with you today?
That's no idea.
Okay, that's fine. I'll fill you in on the details. There's as much as I can. Our officers went out to residents today to check on welfare of the Maddison Clevenger. She missed an appointment, which apparently is unlike her. And when we finally was able to locate her, we found that she had passed away. At this point, we are trying to talk to any and everyone who has known her or has seen her previously, and just trying to put our pieces together. So that's why I'm talking with you today.
Oh, wow. I hear that.
Hunter's reaction, which is essentially no reaction, is not what you would expect from someone who has just lost their partner. The officer quickly changes the topic. And despite the fact that Hunter has theoretically just learned about Madison's passing for the first time, he's very calm and put together.
Did you know Madison?
Yeah, she was actually a pretty good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. So did y'all, how would you define your relationship with her? Did y'all hang out? Did you just talk on Facebook? Did you go out and just do stuff as friends? Did y'all date? How would you define?
I feel like
Hunter's hesitation here indicates to detectives that he's trying to decide whether to tell the truth or to come up with a lie. Giving complex answers to very simple questions is a red flag, and often happens because suspects are trying to buy time to make up their story, or to make themselves sound better. At this point, law enforcement is already well aware that Hunter and Madison have been in a romantic relationship for some time. But what's Hunter going to tell them?
being all messed up about my high school love and stuff. I probably didn't see her for what she could have been, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But we were excellent friends.
Were you wanting to see her more than just a friend?
You know, I had talked to her. I talked with her about it, and I told her that I don't really feel like that if I stuck myself out there to be in a relationship that I would be right now as good as I potentially could be.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen potential in her, and I didn't say an absolute no. She was a sweet person.
Mm-hmm. Did she want to have a relationship with you?
I believe she did.
Did she say it outright, or just did she hint at it, or what? What do you mean by you think she did?
Maddy frequently messaged her friends about her relationship with Hunter. In one exchange, she talked about how Hunter essentially kept her on a shelf, not keeping her as a priority as he engaged in flirting with other women. In addition, she shared some of her messages with Hunter, voicing her frustration that he treated her like, quote, one of his guy friends, while still engaging in sexual acts with her when he wanted to.
So you said you found each other on Facebook?
You know, I can't remember. I believe she found me.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I don't remember how long it's been.
How often would y'all get to talk?
I'm kind of more sparse than she was. I believe she would contact me more often, but I'm just kind of an antisocial kind of guy.
When's the last time you got to talk to her?
Today's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Probably spoke with her yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you work yesterday?
Yeah.
What kind of shift work do you have over at the office?
Tends to be the morning to afternoon shift.
Law enforcement is asking Hunter when he worked so that if he tries to use work as an alibi for the time that Maddison was killed, they can point to the time that he's just told them his shift was. However, Hunter makes it a point to be as vague as possible, saying it tends to be so that he can change his story later if needed. This may not come as a surprise, but it will be needed.
I mean, at this point, she passed away. I mean, am I being charged with anything?
No, we're still doing our investigation. Yeah, sure. Don't tell you that.
I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to go to work.
Yeah, you had to go to work today.
Yeah, no, I just got off work whenever y'all pulled me over.
Okay.
I mean, is there any way you can call me or something, or? I mean, y'all towed my car. I don't even know why. I never come get it. I don't have my phone with me.
So you woke up at 5 a.m., right? What time do you have to go to work today?
Well, I thought in the beginning of this process, whenever I was done talking, I mean, I don't know what I can provide you.
Well, we're trying to figure out who's the last person to talk to Madison. We have an idea, but we're not certain. So that's what we're talking to everyone who knows her, and we're trying to figure out who was the last person to actually talk to her.
I mean, before she went to bed, I'm not sure what time it was. She would call and tell me goodnight.
Yeah.
So I assumed she went to bed and maybe she stayed up on Facebook. I don't know what she did. But before she was ready to go to bed, she called me. We spoke for I don't exactly know how long, and then I guess she laid down, and then I guess I laid down.
Right. But you don't remember what time y'all talked about that?
Sorry, I haven't paid attention to that.
Hunter couldn't remember what means he used to contact Maddison, but suddenly he can recall that they talked on both Facebook and in a phone call. The officer leaves the room to gather information, but he doesn't return. Instead, he sends in another officer. Often, introducing another officer can increase the suspect's stress because they've already grown accustomed to the first officer they spoke with. Now, in this case, Hunter has every reason to be stressed, because Detective Smith has some questions that are going to change everything.
Hello, sir. Mr. Bishop, I'm Detective Smith from the Searcy Police Department. How you doing, sir? You look a little tired, brother.
I am.
Detective Ripper had to step out for a little bit. He's following up on some other stuff. He asked some questions about the traffic stop and everything, because my officers were telling me some concerning things. They found a holster, the appendix holster here on me. It's empty. When they looked at it. Was there a gun in it? There was no gun in it? Well, would you carry a holster without a gun? I wouldn't want to lug this stupid thing around if I didn't have a gun in it. Why'd you have a holster? Did you and Madison go to Guns Plus and purchase a gun?
I gave her some advice on picking something out for her.
Right. Did you guys go shooting together?
She shot it.
Did you go out and shoot at the pond up there and at the targets and stuff? You used spray paint the targets and all that other stuff. You remember that? We got the targets too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't shoot the gun?
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that you was with her. You remember the color of the gun?
It's kind of curly.
It's a curly gun? You remember the color of it?
I wouldn't be certain of it.
Okay. It wasn't.
It's not the color of yours.
No. Well, like I said, it was a girl. It was a different color. You remember what kind of gun it was?
No, not really.
You were giving her advice on it, right?
Just kind of like something smaller and controllable.
Right. You remember what caliber it was?
No.
Did you buy a couple boxes of ammo while you was there?
No.
Not you. I'm saying did Madison. She bought the gun. I know that, and I know you were there. I got the video.
Just a few days before Madison was shot, security footage captured Hunter accompanying her to a local gun store. This is the first piece of physical evidence that law enforcement has against Hunter, but it won't be the last. This footage is particularly heartbreaking when you realize that Madison is standing at the counter buying her own murder weapon. Maddison seems unfamiliar and a bit unsure about holding a gun. But Hunter's glee is clear even through the grainy footage. Well, it begs the question. Did Hunter know that Maddison was picking out her own murder weapon? In the interrogation room, things take a drastic turn.
I go, I guess. I mean,
You know, that you have a holster on you, and I'm missing the gun. The gun has been reported stolen. You see that? Is that the girly gun?
no, I mean, it may be.
It's in your car. We just executed a search warrant on your car,
Well,
and it was in your car.
we drove my car. When was it? I believe we drove my car out there for me to show her how to shoot it.
Okay?
I mean, I can't recall if she ever got it out of the car or not.
That gun is stolen gun.
It shouldn't be. She bought it.
She bought it. She's dead and it's missing. So it's been reported as stolen.
I believe we took my car out there to go shoot the gun.
Would she left it in there?
I'm telling you, she's
You
coming.
didn't know it was in there? You had a holster on you, brother?
Yeah,
Come
no,
on, man.
yeah, no, I had no idea it was in there.
1 and 1 instead of 2, brother. You got a holster on you. You got a gun in your car. It probably got your fingerprints all over it. I've got a 9mm casings from when you guys went shooting. I had the targets when you went shooting. I got stuff at the crime scene that says what killed Madison was a 9mm.
Well, I thought she just passed away.
She's dead.
I was just told she just passed away.
She's dead. Somebody shot her.
I mean, wow. I was just told she passed away.
She did pass away.
Well, I guess I've never informed how.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe we took my car out there to go shoot it. I guess she could have left it in the car. I mean, I was at my house all night last night.
All right. Here's the thing. I've got search warrant done on your vehicle, and I have your vehicle right now. I have your phone. I have all of that. We're doing search warrant on that. I'll give you a copy of the search warrant. We have the video of you guys finding the gun. We've got the gun. We'll get searched fingerprints off that. I have a projectile at the scene.
Okay.
If that projectile comes back and matches that gun that was in your possession, that stolen handgun in there, what do I got? Is that going to happen?
Sir, I fell asleep in my house last night.
I understand it. Do you have anybody that will corroborate where you were last night? Because I have a witness that heard the shot at the scene last night and saw a vehicle leaving the scene. I got to get more details from him, and I'm not going to lie to you. This is one thing I do not do, sir. I do not lie to my people. I got to get more information on that. But I know what I know. The time, I know the exact time when it took place. They were out smoking and on a break from watching a video. I'm not saying you committed the homicide. I'm not charging you with that. Okay?
I did not.
And I'm not charging you with it. Okay? Not at this point in time. Now, if there's ballistics come back, be capital murder. That's a death penalty. Okay?
Okay.
By putting the pressure on Hunter and reminding him of the severity of the situation he's in, the officer is hoping that it will either cause Hunter to confess or cause him to slip up.
But I'm not, like I said, you're giving me pause. I'm wanting to believe you, sir. But you're giving me pause by not answering some of my questions the way a logical person would think. So I have problems with that.
So I also have great memory, and I will literally submit to whatever you need to me.
And I
don't
appreciate
understand. I did not hurt this wonderful person.
I appreciate that. And we will, like I said, we will look at all aspects of it.
And you got to think, before, when you pulled me over, I actually had no idea why you're pulling me over.
It was just to stop you and say, we need to talk to you. Well, you're a person of interest, and we need to speak with you. Will you please come here? And then, like I said, he doesn't want to do this submit to search the vehicle, and then we found this, and there was a reason for that. I'm just telling you.
I had no reason. I had no idea what y'all pulled me over for.
And you didn't know that gun was in there.
I didn't.
I don't mind that, brother. I don't know if I am.
No.
But All I know is the facts. The facts right now is you have Madison's gun in your vehicle. Madison's gun is missing. Madison was shot with a 9mm. That gun's a 9mm. Yes, sir, it is. But I also have the projectile from the crime scene. And I will be able to tell with 100% certainty that that projectile come out of that gun that was in your possession. I will tell you that for sure. That's 100% sure. My crime lab is good at that. And that projectile is in very good condition, so I know they will be able to make a match. If that's the gun. It may not be. If that's the case, it's cool.
The detective tries to convince Hunter that he is on his side. Yet at the same time, he reminds Hunter that the clock is ticking and his chance of saving himself is getting slimmer and slimmer. Law enforcement send in their last hope for getting answers. Detective Fritz.
Bishop? Hey, my name's Detective Fritz. How you doing today?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I know it's been a long day. That's, doing good on water? You need anything else to drink? All right. Bishop, is that your first name or last name? Last name. Which do you go by, Bishop or Hunter? All right, Hunter, if I can get you to do me a favor real quick. Stand up and face me. I like to talk to you.
Sorry, yes, sir.
Just turn the chair.
That's just cold.
I know it's chilly in this room, naturally. So, all right, I gotta ask, where'd you get the McDonald's shirt? Is that where you work?
That's where I work.
Oh.
For the next 20 minutes, Detective Fritz goes over the timeline once more with Hunter, cracking jokes and being as reaffirming and supportive as possible. His happy, charming demeanor seems to finally make a crack in Hunter's weakening armor, because after 4 hours of interrogation, Hunter is finally willing to admit something that he's been denying, and it's a huge piece of the puzzle.
I always let her know, out of respect for her, that I still love another woman and I don't want to be lukewarm.
Have you already had sex? Ever in the entire history of y'all's, whatever you want to call it, relationship?
I mean,
It is.
it is.
It goes to show your interaction. It doesn't show anything bad on you. I'm not saying that you led her on or anything of the sort. I'm trying to establish who it is that I'm talking to understand. Have you ever slept together? It doesn't make you a bad person or anything of the sort. Sometimes you're two full-grown adults. There's worse things that adults can do.
But yes, we're adults. And yes, we've had our curious moments.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Have you ever thought y'all were getting too close?
No, I've never really felt uncomfortably close with her.
Okay. Has she ever gotten any nerves?
No, not really. No, I mean, she is kind of bratty when you tell her no. I mean, you tell her no, sometimes she...
I get it, absolutely. What do you think should happen to the person that did this?
She get caught on it, she go to prison.
Okay.
I mean, that's the justice system for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should calm down, lynch mob them. No, that's like the 1800s.
We're a little bit past that in society.
The question that Detective Fritz has just asked Hunter is known as the punishment question. People who are innocent will usually give harsh answers in response to what should happen to the perpetrator, while people who are guilty of the crime in question may use more evasive language. On this case, Hunter uses an evasive tactic by saying, "That's our legal system," when he says the perpetrator should go to jail. When Detective Fritz continues to stare at him, encouraging a more thorough answer, Hunter goes a bit overboard, saying that they should lynch the person who did this. After about an hour of questioning, Detective Fritz drops his friendly facade, and Hunter isn't prepared for it.
There's a lot of aspects about my job that I deal with. And I think you're telling me a little bit of the truth, but you're not telling me all the truth. Okay. You're trying to blow smoke up my back end that you think will give me just enough. You're trying to use enough $50 words. Trying to play chess. I'll play chess.
I don't.
Okay, here's the thing. I want the truth, the whole truth. Absolutely, because right now what you're doing is not telling me the whole truth. So,
I'm pretty tired. I'm not always the best with words. My parents will say I was at the house. I mean, you'll go look at my phone and tell them.
there's stories that you're not telling the whole truth on. Okay, I've got video. I've got the phones. I've got everything. So here's what I want to know. Okay, I want to know what type of person I'm dealing with. Okay. I want to know, am I dealing with the absolute cold-blooded killer that dealt with somebody before, and now, lo and behold, he's got a hold of another gun and just some things happen? Or am I dealing with the person that, spur of the moment, things happen? The simple fact is, I've got you on video holding a gun. We've got statements from individuals saying you shot the gun. That's enough right there in itself. So what I want to know is, who is the person I'm dealing with? Who am I dealing with, Mr. Bishop? Did you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Bishop, did you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Everything you're telling me right now is not the truth.
I don't have a reason why.
Look at me. Face me. Come talk to me. What happened? Start from the top. What time did you go over there yesterday?
I don't know. We sat in the parking lot for, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know. We went over to her house on the porch, smoked a couple cigarettes. Oh, I left.
One of the neighbors see your car there last night.
They didn't. I wasn't there. I was at my
Mr.
house.
Bishop,
Okay. Sorry. I mean,
I've got neighbors telling me. I got signed statements. Who am I dealing with, Mr. Bishop?
well,
Who am I dealing with?
sorry I wasn't there.
What happened, Mr. Bishop? You're sitting here telling me that you find out she's dead. You ain't showing an ounce of emotion. So that's what worries me about who it is that I'm dealing with.
I wasn't in here when I did.
You have none right now.
But you had video, so
Are you just that cold-blooded?
it's okay. Alright. So you really don't know who I am, so that's
So
fine.
tell me who am I talking to? Who am I talking to?
You're talking to me right now. Hunter Dean Bishop. That's who you're talking to. I told you, my grandpa died in 2018, July 10th. Wrecked me. I haven't dealt with family death in about 20 years. It was the first family death and the most important family death. You weren't in here when I got messed up about it. It took me 2 or 3 weeks to mourn about my grandfather's death. I've had a pretty rough life. I don't just,
What happened last night?
I wasn't there.
What happened last night? Everything you're sitting here telling me goes contradictory to that. I'm good at my job.
Then you must have been there.
Give me the start then. What happened? You got off work at McDonald's. What happened?
I already told you.
Tell me again.
Sit in the parking lot for 20, 30 minutes.
What'd you talk about?
Life, everything. What do you mean?
Like what? I'm not asking you what happened 6 months ago. I'm asking you what happened yesterday.
I talked about the way the shift was going, or whatever she did for the day, or what she ate for lunch or something. I mean, not intimate things.
Okay.
I told you, we went to her house. We didn't talk about
Check your car, her car.
I believe it's with her car. Or we took
What do you mean you believe? You don't know?
check the video camera.
So I'm asking you.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't remember.
You don't know how you got from work to there yesterday.
I probably got in her car.
Okay?
Most likely.
So you drove her car from your work to her house.
Wait, what?
You got in her car and drove to her house. Is that what you're saying?
I rode with her.
Okay.
Most likely. I mean, I was almost sure what happened.
So then how did you get back home? Because your car's back up at McDonald's.
She drove me to my car.
Well, I thought you said you drove from her house to the gas station back to your house.
Well, I thought, but I mean,
See, that's what your stuff's not making up.
I don't pay attention.
Tell me the truth. What happened?
Just go to McDonald's and get the footage. You'll see how I got in her.
Hunter, I'm asking you, what happened?
I don't know why you're raising your voice at me.
What happened?
Pretty sure I got in her car.
Pretty sure you don't know. Well, if you don't know, maybe something else happened.
I told the officer, swipe me for whatever.
I'm not worried about swapping or anything of the sort. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Hunter Bishop is the person. Because you're the one that can tell me everything. We've got statement forms. I'm going to give you a pen. I want you to lay it all out for me. I'm going to go check on a few things, verify a few things. And I'll be right back.
Well, okay, so you're really good at your job. I want you to remember, on the tape. I told you quite a while ago I was done talking to you. I'm not going to write a statement for you because it is obvious that I may miss some details that will be better displayed or showed in videos, because there will be McDonald's video footage.
And I can promise you we're going to get every bit of that. But I want your statement as far as what happened. Okay? This is your chance to write it all down, to lay it all down for me. This is so that you can make it crystal clear for me. So, give me just a second, and I'll be right back.
As a result of Hunter having Maddy's gun, which was considered stolen property, he was held in custody. On May 21, 2020, he was formally charged with Maddison Taylor Clevenger's murder. The evidence against him was staggering, and as they approached court, even more information came to light. A friend of Hunter's named Hannah claimed that in December of 2019, he asked her to buy a gun for him because his felony prevented him from doing so. She stated that Hunter told her that if she didn't buy him a gun, he would get it from elsewhere, and that he wasn't going to kill her with it, but he was going to kill someone. Tragically, that is exactly what he did. Hunter's motivation for killing Maddy is still unknown, and he maintains his innocence. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for his crime, giving Maddy's loving family and friends justice. Now, if you think this case was horrific, well, you need to check out my video on the evil boyfriend who killed his pregnant girlfriend.